Top seeds New England and Colorado enter post-season proceedings at the conference semi-final stage.
Best in the West, baby!
But for the other 12 qualifiers, the 2021 MLS Cup playoffs got underway. We have all the drama from a frantic 6 fixtures in round 1. Starting in the east at Subaru Park with 2 familiar foes.
Red Bulls on the ball, looking for a chance, and they score the first goal. Knocked in, 2-0. Bedoya's shot, goal. 3-1, Red Bulls. Off the crossbar by Santos, and then the goal. Goal! It's tied! A deflected ball. Goal! Philadelphia leads for the first time.
Commentary comes from Matt Jackson and Kevin Keatings.
And they're not dealing with that initially. Red Bulls, source for fine save. Just found the shot within his reach, but it was fiercely struck.
Coronel in the Red Bulls goal stands firm.
Powell, who drove the shot in. Flock doing very well on that far side. Now they're in behind here. The Union, angles tight, better now, and it's way over the top from Shabilko, and it is the man they would have wanted on the end of that chance, Matt.
Oh, he just doesn't get his feet sorted out at all, ends up stabbing at the ball, gets right underneath it.
We go to 30 minutes extra time at Subaru Park. Oh, it's a nice turn from Klimala! And he's well wide of the target, and what an opening. Ball over the top, and the flag stays down here for now at least, and Blake denying Klimala. Strong work here from Corey Burke into the open, must be, big save, massive save from Coronel, but should he have been given the opportunity by Santos?
Should he take it with his right? I think he probably should do. Sweep it home with the right foot rather than let it come across the body with the left. Great reaction from Coronel, moves his feet quickly to at least get across and allow himself to make the save.
Bit of room here for Cáceres. Trying to set it up for Klimala. It's Duncan! Oh, it kisses the post on its way out. Kyle Duncan so close to making the breakthrough.
Drags it onto the post. Blake full length to his right-hand side. That's the moment they've waited for.
3 minutes plus any time to be added on to decide it in extra time. Otherwise, we are going to penalties. Oh, it's going to drop now for Burke! Oh, my word!
What a challenge Gutman makes here.
He's played it onto the foot of Burke, who looked a certain scorer for a split second or two. Concentration levels required here from the Red Bulls as they defend the Wagner free kick. Goalkeeper thinks about coming. Gutman doing well.
Brilliant header. Gutman, superb. Got to clear the area, though, here.
Gutman again. Oh, great effort, and it's a goal! What a strike from Jacob Glesnes! Philadelphia Union are travelling further in post-season playoffs. Surely it's the winning goal.
Up steps in a moment of need. A centre-back from 25 yards. They look like they've cleared the line. I said they've got to clear the box as well. It just gets the perfect amount of loop on it. Oh, delight all around.
He's off. Jim Curtin. Maybe the Red Bulls' last opportunity. Nothing doing there for Duncan. The referee's had a long look at the watch, and the Red Bulls are eliminated. And they all go to congratulate Jacob Glesnes. Just moments from the end of extra time. What a brilliant volley. Final score, a dramatic finale. Philadelphia Union 1, New York Red Bulls 0.
I saw the ball was coming out and I was just thinking from the start, okay, I just have to end this. And then I was getting a great touch, and maybe it was a little bit lucky also, but in the end it was a great goal. And from the moment I scored the goal to the game was over, I don't remember much from that. It was, yeah, I was so happy.
To see who play the Union, on to Music City, where Nashville went through the regular season unbeaten.
Great turn, great finish, great goal! It's a moment of beautiful destruction.
But Orlando were in town, a team they shared 3 draws with this year.
Daryl DK lifted in and headed in.
This time, there had to be a winner. Calling this one, Adam Virgo and Wayne Boyce.
Pereira with the delivery. It's a good ball in as well, and it's been headed in. Orlando City take the lead.
First chance of the game, first chance taken from Orlando, and Daryl DK questioned the marking though. And Daryl DK, the form he's on, just gets that little bit of time just to direct the header towards goal.
And that is 6 goals now against Nashville for Daryl DK. It is a side he loves scoring against. Ochoa, though, caught in possession. Here's Mukhtar's deflected! At Nashville level. It's that man again, Hani Mukhtar.
Yeah, it's just right in that midfield area there. Playing around the corner, you get caught. Godoy just gets in there, gets a little toe. And the one player you wanted to fall to is Hani Mukhtar, but what he does, he strikes it. Comes off Antonio Carlos, and it just loops and dips underneath the crossbar.
Here's Mukhtar. Well played by Mukhtar, still going, found space for the shot, Golazos with the block, and then it's fired in on the rebound by Anibal Godoy, but it won't count. Flag up. It's well off.
Yeah, I think the line there.
That's one advantage of the NFL lines on the field.
Very true. Slightly fortunate though that Orlando goalkeeper with the parry has been so consistent this season, being good. Just an awful bobbly one just in front of him.
Junior Urso might fancy this, almost fell for DK Pereira, took an air shot at it. And Nashville get it away. Here's Sapong. Leao onto Mukhtar. Sapong. Mukhtar. Can the two of them pick a way through? Mukhtar may go alone, he's still going. Hani Mukhtar! Nashville are ups! Wonderful play from Hani Mukhtar.
Sometimes you just have to sit back and applaud a goal of real quality from Hani Mukhtar. 2 double step overs, and then he just drives and drives and drives, and then all of a sudden the space just opens up for him and he takes the shot. But that is why you pay big money for big players, to turn up in the big moments, and Hani Mukhtar has done that.
What a signing it has been. There's Lovitz. Oh, and here's a chance now for Yonder Cadiz! Nashville are going to the Eastern Conference semi-finals. Cool finish from the Venezuelan, sliding it under Golazos.
Well, it's hard take for Orlando City, but this is what the game has just been about for me. Taking your chances, taking your opportunities when they arise to you in the final third. And Yonder there does brilliantly to shield the ball and pass it into that bottom corner for the win.
And that is it. Nashville pick up their first ever home win against Orlando City, and it is a win that sends them back to the Eastern Conference semi-finals, where they will travel to face the second seeds, Philadelphia Union.
Delighted with the way that the guys have recovered. Very, very pleased with numerous displays, and of course happy that we're still in the competition and going to Philadelphia on Sunday.
At Yankee Stadium, New York City FC took on Atlanta United with a conference semi-final trip to the New England Revolution for the winners. A vicious shot from Alfredo Morales almost had the home side in front. Atlanta keeper Brad Guzan was going to come under increasing pressure in the closing stages of the first half, with James Sands' probing pass dropping to Santiago Rodriguez. The cheers were killed off by the referee's whistle. Offside. Video review backed the verdict that the Uruguayan had made his move a fraction too early. A disappointing moment for NYCFC, but they carried their momentum across into the second half.
And Castellanos has got space this time. Didn't connect cleanly, but it didn't matter, because it's gone beyond Guzan and in. And Tati Castellanos has made the breakthrough in the Bronx. The Golden Boot winner strikes first in the playoffs. Well, they all count.
After that bizarre opener, the home team had to wait less than 5 minutes to make the lead more comfortable.
Morales flashing it goalwards, Guzan with a touch off the frame of the goal, and in by Callens. 2-0 New York City FC.
The defender was an unlikely hero with just his second goal of the year. Atlanta's form in the latter stages of the regular season had suggested they might make an impact in the playoffs. Leading scorer Joseph Martinez tried to spark a comeback. Sean Johnson wasn't going to allow the Five Stripes any glimmer of hope. En route to the exit, frustration got the better of Alan Franco, collecting a second booking for dissent as Gonzalo Pineda's team finished their forgettable night down to 10 men, leaving NYCFC to tackle the Revs.
Just to remind everyone, the Whitecaps will play Sporting Kansas City in the playoffs.
No, we'll beat Sporting Kansas City. It's different.
Okay.
Vanni Sartini's Vancouver needed to justify his confidence away at Children's Mercy Park. A declaration that ran the risk of making opponents SKC even more tight-knit as they tried to give Peter Vermees the last laugh. Watching the first round one game in the West were Stuart Robson and Chris Wise.
Given away by Nowinski, that could be a dangerous one for the Whitecaps. Here is Johnny Russell. And Gadi Kinder! Oh! It was travelling. It was definitely travelling from Kinder.
What a good strike this is, and it just bends away from the goal.
This is Shallowy. SKC have got quite a few sky blue shirts forward here. Zuzi, and flicked in beautifully by Kyrie Shelton. Just enough of a deft touch to beat Maxime Crepeau. SKC 1, Vancouver 0.
What a good bit of play it was from Zuzi. I'm not sure he connects with it perfectly, but it doesn't matter. And it's a really good start for the home side.
Well, they haven't had much of a sniff so far, the Whitecaps. And they do something with a set piece through Ryan Gold. It is deep, but it's a decent one. It was certainly a dangerous one, and I think there's a shout for a penalty as well. That's certainly what the Whitecaps feel.
Martins is the player involved. It's a deep cross. Oh, it hits him on the arm. I think that's got to be a penalty.
Vancouver penalty. And really, from one glance at the replay, there was little doubt about what was coming. Dahomey scores with conviction, and the Whitecaps silence Children's Mercy Park. 1-1.
Good penalty. Did he have the technique? Did he have the courage? Yes, he did. He just waited for Melia to go one way and then just rolled it into the other corner.
Calmness from the Colombian. We are level again in the first half.
Now they've got to defend this set play. This is the last bit of play in the first half.
Dahome barking instructions to his teammates as Russell swings the corner in. The goalkeeper has lost it and bundled in by Isimat Marin. The Frenchman with the final touch, and probably the final touch of the first half. SKC lead again.
That's a decent header back into the danger area. They don't get a clearance in here. It falls nicely, actually off the knee of Isimat Marin. He won't care about that. He's just put his side 2-1 up. What a great time to score as well.
Shalloway, SKC using the full expanse of the pitch again here. The Hungarian has it. Now Zuzi has it. Oh, wow! What a hit that is! Graham Zuzi, the SKC legends, adding to the legacy. It's a hit and a half from the right back, and SKC go 3-1 up.
Brilliant strike, gets his standing leg off the ground, hits through the back of the ball, and then it starts to dip and swerve in the air as it goes beyond the goalkeeper. What a strike. Could that be the goal to send SKC through?
Now goals, and Gasper and Caicedo in the middle, and White in the middle. Neither of which could get onto the end of it. Back in again from Gasper, and the downward header. What a stop that is from Melia. Clawing it away, the SKC goalkeeper, and his teammates recognise just how significant that save is. It is SKC's night, a night where experience came to the fore. It is finished. SKC 3, the Vancouver Whitecaps 1.
It's easy when I don't have to do my job. I don't have to do external motivation on the team. When somebody else does it for me, I really appreciate it. So it was an excellent decision on their part.
SKC would face the winners of the match at Lumen Field, where the home team made all the running. The Seattle Sounders racked up 21 shots in their encounter with Real Salt Lake, who were chasing shadows early in the second half when Shane O'Neill set up Jordan Morris. That close shave, typical of an evening when RSL rode their luck time and again. No one went closer to breaking their resistance than the Sounders substitute Raul Rui Diaz. Even the insight of assistant coach Freddy Juarez, formerly in charge of RSL, couldn't tip the balance. Penalties required. Stefan Fry's save from RSL's second spot kick seemed to have given Seattle the upper hand, but the keeper had moved off his line, offering Pablo Ruiz the opportunity to redeem himself. No mistake that time around. With the score at 4-4, Phil Blacker picks up the story.
Ladero scores. Ochoa got closer to that one, but he couldn't keep it out. Marcelo Silva has to score, or Seattle go through to the conference semi-finals. Marcelo Silva does score, sends Stefan Fry the wrong way. Excellent set of penalties. And into sudden death we go. It's Cannon Rowe, and it's saved! Ochoa saved it. Guessed right, went right, and makes a massive stop. RSL are one kick away from dumping out the Sounders in the shootout. Justin Glad has seen Marcelo Silva shoulder the pressure and the responsibility with a previous kick. Can he do likewise here? Oh, Fry got something on it, can't keep it out, and Seattle are out. It's Real Salt Lake through to the conference semi-finals.
A remarkable victory. RSL progressed without having a single shot in the 2 hours play before the spot kicks, an MLS first.
Oh, he spilled it! A bicycle from Aspria! Take him out!
Portland had the most home wins of any side this year in the West.
Oh, he clips it to Blanco, who puts it in!
But Minnesota had previous at Providence Park.
This is an early chance for Fraga. Pane cuts it to Hunu, and they have turned it on.
Would the Timbers be cut down by the Loons again? Your commentators are Adam Virgo and Dan Roebuck.
Lurd. Clever change of pace. This is Metanir. Can he get across the face of goal? He can! Simple finish here. Fragapane, all alone, just had to steal in to put the Loons in front inside the opening 11 minutes. Well, it's just about awareness and anticipation. And Adrian Heath's sides, in their first chance they've created and carved out, they've managed to find the back of the net. Jimmy Channer to curl this one in. Duparic looks to flick it on. The overhead off the line! Unbelievable! Terrific technique from Mabiala. Dibasi, how much did he know about it? And this time the header does go in from Mabiala. Well, he tried with a bicycle, that didn't work. But the header beyond Sinclair drops in, and the Portland Timbers are level. Oh, it's so frustrating for Minnesota United because they have defended resolutely and they just switch off because they play it short. They're expecting the ball to come straight in. Mabiala, towering presence in that penalty area, rises really, really well. Bravo to curl in. It's a bit awkward here. This is Blanco! What a start for the Portland Timbers. A second half that has burst into life in the opening 60 seconds. It's a teasing ball in there, but maybe a bit more communication there from Gasper. Maybe would have let that one go out, but he doesn't. He keeps it alive and then just heads it to completely the wrong person, and that is Sebastian Blanco. Outswinger, high, lured with a strike. Curled back in again. Ibasi this time tries something spectacular, but loses out and gives it to Asprilla. He's got Chara on the right-hand side, Blanco to the left. Asprilla is still going, Paredes calling for it as well. This is Paredes! Chara sliding in, could not get the final touch. Maybe it should have been on target anyway. Head in hands time for those Timbers supporters. Terrific challenge, won back by Van Rankin. The Mexican comes racing forward. This is Blanco, and it's still Sebastian Blanco! What a strike! The Timbers stand tall at Providence Park, and it's their magic man, Sebastian Blanco. His second of this playoff fixture. It's a brilliant goal, no keeper saves that. What a strike. Asprilla. Moreno going forwards here. Dotson shoulder to shoulder with him. Looks to slip it through here. This is Diego Valeri. Oh, nearly. That is full time. Portland dish out the punishment at Providence Park. It is the Timbers that can look forward to an extended stay in the playoffs as Minnesota bow out. Full time here. Portland Timbers 3, Minnesota United 1.
Extremely proud of the players, and they put all the experience into this game because it was a difficult game. Minnesota's a good team. And I think it was a very strong, performance in a tough match.
For Portland then, it's a Thanksgiving Day trip to the West's top seed, the Colorado Rapids, in the conference semi-finals. The only team to progress on the road, RSL, go to SKC, opponents they faced at the same stage in 2018. In the East, Philadelphia welcome Nashville to Subaru Park, while Supporters' Shield winners the New England Revolution enter the fray as they take on NYCFC at Gillette Stadium. We leave you with some key moments from a riveting round one. From the peculiar to the sublime.
Nashville erupts!
Now Susie has it. Oh, wow!
And it's still Sebastian Blanco! What a strike!
the extraordinarily late,
What a strike from Jacob Glesnes!
and the simply extraordinary.
It's Real Salt Lake through to the conference semi-finals.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.